And we're back with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple and Sergeant Shane Hawley. We're going to talk about the Explorer program.
Okay, sounds
Tell
like
me
a good
more.
idea.
I've seen these young men and women around in sort
Yep.
of police-type uniforms helping out with various
Yep.
events, and I've never been quite sure what they do, so explain.
Yeah, well, we've had an Explorer program for a long time, in fact, since 1985.
And didn't you start out as an explorer?
I did start out as an explorer. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Great experience for me. Helped me get into this career. The reality, and we'll talk about, is that is not necessarily what it's all about.
Okay.
Explorer is a term used by Boy Scouts of America. It's actually a Boy Scout charter group.
Okay.
And they have exploring, as they call it, in a lot of different career fields. So it's not just police work.
Ah.
They have it in aviation and I think medical fields. If you go to the Boy Scout website, it talks about the different career fields and so forth. But a lot of people recognize it because I think you just see them more when they're out in public and say, oh, what, are they junior police officers?
Yeah.
What is the deal? And it's called our Explorer Post.
Okay.
It's for boys and girls between 14 to 21. And so it goes later than you would think, but they age out at 21. And a lot of them don't make it to 21. It's more kind of 16, 17 range. They just get busy and
Oh,
they have
yeah.
college and all sorts of stuff. But they can go to 21. They come in and they go to meetings every Tuesday. We do provide them with kind of, looks similar to the uniforms we wear, but we don't want them to be
You don't want people to think
No.
they're police officers per se.
exactly. And we put them through all sorts of training. They have classes they get to learn all about canine, and we teach them how we make a traffic stop and do a building search. And they have academies once or twice a year where all the other Explorer groups come together throughout the state. They march them around like it's boot camp and so forth. A lot of good stuff. We teach them about interviewing. We actually have a rank structure within our Explorer posts, so we have like a post sergeant and captain and lieutenant and so forth, and they have to apply and go through a testing process for that. And it really comes down to it's a good program for them to build skills that they need to be successful in life moving forward.
Right, so leadership skills
Yep.
and all of those kinds of things that
Mhm.
are associated with that type of an organization. And how do people normally, you said it's affiliated with the Boy Scouts,
Yes.
but how do people normally find out about it or get involved with it?
A lot of it ends up being word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They're fairly visible, especially when the summertime months come around, and you'll start seeing them here real soon with the 4th of July and Taste of Edmonds, a lot of the events. They're a tremendous help to us because they provide a visible presence. We can put them with officers, do security type work and that sort of thing. Give them a radio and they can get a hold of us if they need us to come. And they also can do ride-alongs and so forth. So it's kind of, people are like, you look kind of young to be a police officer,
Right.
and then they can explain it to them and so forth. Good program, real good
Okay.
program.
Okay. And I think I've seen them a lot of times with like 4th of July parade where they're directing traffic or
Yep,
helping to set
correct.
up barriers and that kind of
Yes.
thing. And so that's a lot of, I'm
Mhm.
sure, what they do.
Yeah.
All right, so is there a link to something online where people could get more information?
So we have a page about explorers on our website,
Okay.
and it's under public information. It says Police Exploring. Sergeant Jeff Jones or Detective Andy Mell are your two best people to reach out. Their contact information's there as well, or you can just call the police department and we'll put you in touch with one of them. And you bring your kid down. They sit down with them. Kind of find out what they're about and so forth, and then they go from there.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
So if you know someone who might be interested in this program, be sure to share the link with them, and we will be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.